I have a number of updates I want to provide you regarding the situation overseas with Abe Shinzo in Japan, stepping down as prime minister. We have, as I said, multiple updates in this one video. I'll show you briefly here, and then we'll go into more detail. We have an upcoming phone conversation between President Trump and Abe. We have some statements made from President Trump, from Biden, and also from a Trump official. And we have some speculation and dates regarding someone to replace Abe. And also, I have a little video to show you at the end, which we'll get to at the end of this video. You get the idea. So anyways, here's the first article. Abe to hold phone talks with Trump on Monday about sudden resignation. Let's take a look. This is from the Japan Times. And we're not going to read the whole article of every one of these. I went through them already and I got what's important. A lot of it is recapping stuff I already provided you yesterday if you tuned in for that video. So let's just take a look at the highlighted stuff. Prime Minister Abe Shinzo, who has unexpectedly announced his resignation, plans to hold phone talks with U.S. President Donald Trump on Monday, Japanese and U.S. government sources said Saturday. During their phone conversation, Abe is expected to ask Trump, with whom he has established a close relationship, for the United States to continue its strong bilateral cooperation with Japan under his successor, according to these sources. Abe may also discuss Japan's missile defense policy after his government in June scrapped the plan to deploy a U.S. missile defense system known as Aegis ashore, the sources said. And during Friday's news conference, Abe said he will remain in office until his replacement is selected. We already know that. The ruling Liberal Democratic Party, led by Abe, is considering holding its presidential election on or around September 15th, according to senior party lawmakers. The new LDP president is all but assured of becoming prime minister. So again, right now it seems that Abe is still president of the LDP, and he, even though he's resigned as prime minister of Japan, he is still prime minister until the successor replaces him. So it kind of sounds like, they're going to replace him. Whoever his successor is will probably replace him as president of the LDP and then go on to then be elected as prime minister of Japan. At least that's what this kind of makes the framing sound like. Let's move on to the next article. All right, statements from Trump, statements from Biden, and from a Trump admin official. This is now from Japan Today. So let's take it from the top. Let me actually move this a little bit over for you. There we go. U.S. President Donald Trump said Friday he pays his highest respect to outgoing Japanese Prime Minister Abe Shinzo, expressing sympathy that, quote, a great friend had to decide to step down due to health problems. Another quote, we've had a great relationship and I just feel very badly about it because it must be very severe for him to leave, Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One, adding, he loves his country so much and for him to leave, I just can't imagine what it is. I'd like to add something on here too as well. Going back to the Olympics in Japan, it's really a shame, what happened there. I imagine if Abe was considering resigning for a while, he probably had hopes to kind of go out with the Olympics being a thing in Japan and having a great event. So it's just kind of speculation on my end. It's just further a shame that this is all happening the way it is. Let's continue on. Here's the Trump admin official. A senior Trump administration official separately said that the U.S. government expresses gratitude for Abe's, quote, outstanding leadership as the country's longest continuously serving leader. Together with Trump, Abe has, quote, made the U.S.-Japan alliance and our overall relationship the strongest it has ever been, the official said in a statement. And now we'll scroll down and get a statement from Biden. The article reads, former Vice President Joe Biden, who was running in the November election as the Democratic presidential nominee against Trump, said on Twitter that he is sad to see, that he is, quote, sad to see Abe's departure, but added, quote, the strong alliance between our countries and people will continue for generations to come. Wishing you good health in the years ahead, my friend, said Biden, who served under former President Barack Obama for 8 years from 2009. And that's where I'm going to leave this article. Let's move on to the next one. All right, also from Japan Today, now some more information on what's going to occur regarding the successor. Several contenders have already announced their plans to stand, apparently. Now, I'm not going to go down the list of alleged successors because it's a lot of information I don't know enough about to really comment on. I don't know enough about these people, and some of them are just speculated to be replacing Abe, and other articles are saying that it's unlikely that person will. So I'm going to leave that part of the situation to you guys. If you want to, individually go and take a look at all the potential successors, by all means, the information's on the internet. I'm just not going to do that in this video. So let me just give some general information. As I left off, several contenders have apparently announced their plans to stand. Exactly how long the process will unfold was still unclear, with local media reporting on Saturday that several options were being considered. That's another reason why I don't want to go down, the entire rabbit hole of who will replace Abe right now. The whole process is still kind of being figured out, to my understanding. Abe's ruling Liberal Democratic Party could opt for a more traditional leadership election involving lawmakers, but also members of the party nationwide. A decision on how the election will be held and when is expected early next week. So there you go. Might get more info on that when they kind of figure that out, along with more clarity on who will stand for the post. Media reported that the election will be held on September 15th. And I want to end with, okay, so I'm gonna walk back slightly what I said about not going into specific people. There's only one specific person I want to show you because I found a funny video clip on Twitter. And that's the only reason why. I don't know enough about these people. Let me emphasize this again. I don't know enough about them to really have a personal opinion. I'm not endorsing this person, Osotaro. I just have a funny Twitter clip, and that's why I want to mention him. So this part, Finance Minister Osotaro, himself a former prime minister and long considered a likely successor to Abe, has announced he will not stand. So a lot of people speculated he might be the replacement. Apparently, he announces he will not stand. So you can't even vote for him. Apparently, he's not looking to do that. But here's the Twitter clip. So shouts out to this person, Lokenhei. Hey, it's a good name. This tweet reads, the longest-serving Japanese Prime Minister Abe Shinzo resigns due to health issue. It was rumored the Deputy Vice Prime Minister Osotaro will take his place, but some news reported a few hours ago that he is not going to run. This is one remark by Osotaro in March that I remembered. LOL. I'm not going to play the whole clip. The funny part is at the very start of it anyways. But this is regarding the WHO, okay, in China, and the health situation that's been going on internationally. Let me just phrase it like that. Anyways, here's the clip.
集まってるんですけど、まあ早い話がワールドヘルスオーガナイゼーションじゃねえ、チャイニーズヘルスオーガナイゼーションじゃねえかって CHC 的に直せっていうのがワンワン出たんですよこれ。
He then had a few interesting remarks regarding Taiwan and China. I'll show you those too.
台湾かなと思いますけども、また台湾を国になっていたとか言ってね、共産党の人になんか言われると話は組み入るんですが、台湾という地域ね、地域、台湾という地域ね。
It's nice to see Taro doing what so many politicians in the U.S. have absolutely no conviction to do, right? No integrity at all. Kinhei would also add this, a little disclaimer, so to speak. And as a patriot who observes the national security law in Hong Kong, I just put out his remark as a laughingstock, not endorsing what he was talking about. Kind of sucks you even have to make that disclaimer. Not kind of, it really does suck. But again, at least Kinhei posted the clip, and at least the clip is a thing. People will push back, again, even if our politicians won't, apparently. And, not all of them are like that. Some of them do more than others. Just saying in general. Anyways, here's about where I will wrap this video up. Thank you for tuning in. Some, news here. The next two segments are going to be, I think, opinion, going back to some more silly stuff going on. This is the main important news topic of the day that I could find, but we'll see what else there is. Maybe there's some more news. We'll see. Catch you in a few hours for the next one. Take care.